Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the analysis of YOLENO TV. I hope you're well from whenever you're watching this channel. Now, did you watch yesterday's interview between Sam GITUKU and CS KINDIKI? Well, if you didn't, I suggest you go through that clip. There is a lot you will get from that clip. So in this analysis, ladies and gentlemen, our main focus is on that interview. I want to break down some of the bits of that interview for those who didn't watch it, but also for those who watched it, feel free to also be part of us. So Sam GITUKU took CS KINDIKI through a series of events. But there's one particular point there where Sam GITUKU showed KINDIKI a video of him when he was in the Senate as a senator. So I will take you through bit and bit, so that you can get to understand some of the things which Sam GITUKU asked KINDIKI. But one of the most important questions that was posted to KINDIKI is whether he is ready to resign.
To when I am resigning, that matter has not crossed my mind.
Well, I don't know whether you've noticed, if you look at KINDIKI during Jubilee times, before he decamped to RUTO's faction, then you look at KINDIKI after his appointment as a CS, there are two ways. There are two things that I managed to pick. I want us to go through this video, bits I managed to collect from that interview. But before you do that, please like this video. I'm so grateful for everyone who has been liking our videos. I don't take that for granted. Subscribe to our channel if you've not subscribed before, and to existing subscribers, thank you so much for your support. Now, the first call that I managed to pick from Sam GITUKU's questioning was the call on whether KINDIKI should resign. But this was the response.
To when I am resigning, that matter has not crossed my mind because I do not have a reason why I should resign. If for whatever reason I was convinced that I've done anything that warrants my resignation, I would happily do so.
Very well, ladies and gentlemen. Is KINDIKI ready to resign? Definitely from that video, the answer is no. I know there are so many Kenyans who have been concerned about. Some people feel that the police were not that protective of the wananchi. Some people think that the police are the ones who fueled the tension, because initially the demonstrations were largely peaceful. There was no looting. But you see, the moment you start throwing tear gas, those water cannons, you start beating people. And when Rex Masai was shot and died, that is the time now this demonstration started turning wild. But you see, I don't know, but that could have been the reason why there were tear gases all over. Maybe try to make this demonstration appear violent so that anti-riot police can be called in, GSU can be called in, people from a special unit can be called in, so that next, it turned out that looters, people started looting. But that was not the call. Very well. Now let's head over to another part. There was a question that was posted to KINDIKI on whether they have managed to identify the shooters. Mind you, this has been a concern. The shooters, some of those people who fired live bullets were captured on camera. So the question that was given to KINDIKI is whether they have so far managed to pinpoint these people, because as far as we're concerned, the DCI posted some people on their website, people who are supposed to be nabbed because they are believed to have caused mayhem. Some of those pictures you see there are of people who were spotted in the parliament. Those on social media have been circulating. So the concern has been, why is the DCI selectively picking only the demonstrators, you know, but then not picking pictures of photos of police. When it comes to photos of police, it is said that an investigation is still going on. But when it comes to the civilian protesters, the investigation has been concluded and the pictures have been circulated. That is one of the concerns that I managed to pick from that interview between Sam Gituku and the CS Kithure Kindiki. So maybe you might want to watch that video.
As I said, cases of shooting are scientific in nature, in the sense that for you to assign a shooting to a particular gun and therefore trace the holder of that gun is a process.
I have not said those who shot dead. I said those who can be seen on cameras shooting, pulling the trigger.
Do you know them?
I'm asking you, who are they? Because they are hooded.
They are being investigated. I've told you files have been opened on every incident of shooting.
Was there you're the Interior Cabinet Secretary?
Yes, I am.
You don't know who those people are?
But I'm not a police investigator. I'm sure even the IG doesn't know. He's waiting for the process to be completed. That's why we have a DCI.
So all these things, you know, if you join the dots, ladies and gentlemen, you join the dots, then you realize that Kenyans are not happy about what happened. So the only part, according to Sam Gituku, is that the only part where there were no condolences were from that resolution of the cabinet. They only talked about destruction of public property. That is why there's been a debate, and this debate has been very valid, because someone asked, between the property and human life, which one would the government prioritize? Because it seemed the government was prioritizing the property and disregarding, you know, the human life. This is a concern. That's why if you trace back this story to the interview between RUTO, Linus Kakai, Idea and Latif, there was also that narrative that the property were destroyed. You see, the government is trying to run away from human life, blames on human life, but they want the debate to be on a property which was destroyed, which is not something that Kenyans or citizens feel it's supposed to be the case. In a nutshell, I can comfortably say that Kithure Kindiki, the prof, played the smart one here. He tried to evade these questions as much as he could, probably trying to defend the police against the accusations on the police. There is one part there, you know, which I was almost forgetting. You know, now this is about the police officer who was snatched weapons, guns, and the same police officer was snatched a uniform. You know, these items were taken away from the police officer. What we have not gathered is, if at all that is what happened, then are we saying that the police officer was left naked? I mean, that is another part which is not coming out clearly. Kithure, the prof, talked about police wawili walivuliwa nguo wakapokonywa bunduki. Sawa. We are not denying that. Maybe that is a case. But is that trying to say that our police waliachwa uchi? We've not seen photos of a police who was left naked, probably with kama amevaa boxer, ama amefunga leso, ama amefunga kikoi, kwa sababu nguo zake zilichukuliwa. Remember that thing, that was also mentioned by William Ruto when he was confronted with that question about the child who was shot 8 times. And by that time, President Ruto did not know that whether that child had died. So maybe he didn't have that information. But he had indeed died, the child. So the point here is that these policemen walipokonywa bunduki, wakapokonywa nguo. This person ambaye alifanya hiyo kosa ended up shooting civilians. Now, he was not shooting. These people are not shooting the police now. They were shooting civilians who were unarmed. Take note of that fact. These civilians did not have those kind of weapons. No gun, no grenade, no nothing. They were only them. How to, na maybe kama ni mbaya kabisa, ni ni kuongea tu, hakukuwa na majambo la maana sana la kuthreaten mtu. See? So ladies and gentlemen, perhaps if you're watching this video and not subscribed, please take 1 second and subscribe, like this video. Until we catch up again, stay safe and stay blessed.